I just want to do something different.
Yeah,
I
like
want
what?
to learn anything, learn something. And I don't want to play anyone like Queen Victoria in the next, thing I do.
You have
Judi Dench is an American Oscar-winning English actress. She received immense love for her critical television work in the series A Fine Romance, 1981 to 1984, and As Time Goes By, 1992 to 2005. Judi Dench performed several roles for Shakespeare's plays. She's one of the most hardest-working actresses in Hollywood. Judi Dench won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance as Queen Elizabeth in Shakespeare in Love. She was also nominated 7 times for an Oscar for her roles in Mrs. Brown in 1997, Chocolat in 2000, Iris in 2001, Mrs. Henderson Presents in 2005, Notes on a Scandal 2006, and Philomena in 2013. Her achievements clearly show just how hard-working she was. Back in 2011, Judi Dench received a fellowship from the BFI, British Film Institute.
No, I never thought I was going to be an actor. I only ever wanted to be a designer, a theatre designer, because I drew all the time. And that's what that's what I thought I was going to be.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. Her full name is Dame Judith Olivia Dench, but it's also known as Judith Olivia Dench. She was born December 9, 1934 in Haworth, York, England, making her 85 at the time of this production. She stands 5 feet 1 inches tall, or 1.55 meters. Apart from being one of the most famous and Oscar-winning actresses, Judi Dench loves to do needlework embroideries. Have you ever heard about an actress who's well-known and successful and ultimately loves to do needlework? Judi Dench it is. Her fellow actors often say that on shooting different scenes, Judi used to pass the time by doing needlework embroidery on her clothes. She often wore dresses of her handmade needlework and embroidery. Judi Dench was as beautiful on the inside as she looked from the outside. She gives her embroidered and needlework clothes as a present to her loved ones. Apart from the needlework, Judi was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire in the 1970 birthday honors. She took an interest in the political and social affairs of the country. She also worked as a non-government indigenous organization, Survival International. Judi Dench also nurtures a forest that she's dedicated to her loved ones who've passed away. She shows her love toward her loved ones by nurturing the trees of the forest to raise more. Judi Dench married actor Michael Williams in 1971. Judi and Michael were blindly in love with each other, and they were together until he passed away in 2001 from lung cancer. Judi Dench and Michael Williams had 1 child together, a daughter named Fenty Williams. After the death of Michael, since 2010, Judi was in an open relationship with conversationalist David Mills. Judi opened up in an interview about how she never tried to find love again after her husband's death, as she loved him so much. The death of Michael Williams changed Judi's life at 360 degrees. She wasn't even ready for the trauma she went through. Losing her life partner, whom she loved so much, took her incredible courage to get over. But Judi was a strong woman and didn't let that tragedy stop her from doing what she was made for.
Don't try to play all the character in every scene. Just play an aspect of the character in each scene. Yes. And by the end, if you're lucky, you might have added up to the whole thing.
The Oscar-winning, beautiful from inside and out, phenomenal actress and shining star of the Hollywood industry was born in Haworth, York. Judi was born and raised into a wealthy family, as her father was a doctor. Judi's mother's name was Eleonora Olive and was born in Dublin, Ireland. Her father's name was Reginald Arthur Dench, a well-known doctor born in Dorset, England. Earlier in Judi's high school years, she went to Mount School, a Quaker school. It was a secondary school in York that became Quaker. Judi Dench completed her higher studies from there. Judi has an actor brother named Jeffrey Dench and her niece Emma Dench. Judi Dench's niece is a historian of ancient Rome, while Judi's brother wasn't born in her city. He was born in Tyldesley, Lancashire. Judi has a very furnishing and glamorous life since her childhood. She's gained massive respect and love from her industry, family, and followers. Although Judi started her career at the theater, Her father also worked as a GP for the York Theatre, while her mother was the wardrobe mistress of the theater. She often stayed there and looked up at the actors. They used to perform plays in the theater. She made her first professional stage performance in September 1957 at the Royal Court Theatre. Later on, after working dawn till dusk, she was offered a role for a James Bond film, License to Kill, in 1989 and GoldenEye in 1995. Working for James Bond was the turning point of her career. Later, to the years between 2001 and 2005, they were the most active years of Judi Dench's career. She got immense offers from very well-known and big production houses. However, Judi Dench's upcoming project is a war drama film, 6 Minutes to Midnight, which is said to be released in 2020.
Dame Judi Dench, 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 Dame Judi Dench.
It's pretty evident that Judi Dench's primary source of income is acting, and she's earned a lot of wealth through her success. The Oscar-winning actress appeared in 48 films with $7 billion in worldwide box office. Judi Dench's movies broke records at the box office at the time. She did 15 films in a supporting role. She earned $1 billion in domestic box office, $3 billion in international box office, and $4 billion in worldwide box office. Judi Dench performed 10 leading roles in the films and earned $122 million in domestic box office, $190 million in international box office, and $313 million in worldwide box office. Also, Judi Dench has played 6 roles for lead ensemble member. She earned $316 million in domestic box office, $688 million in international box office, and $1 billion in worldwide box office. Judi Dench is marked to be one of those actresses who've worked with big production houses and producers. Hence, this phenomenal actress has earned a tremendous amount of money through her hard work. Judi Dench has a total net worth of $35 million. The Oscar-winning and successful actress Judi Dench owns a house that's called initially as Wasp Green Farmhouse. The house covers about 6,910 square feet. It's an old house that was constructed in 1470. Generally, Judi Dench loves greenery, and she loves to live in the old house. So she just renovated her ancestors' house and has been living there for about 20 years. Her house is covered with trees and plants. There's greenery all over. Judi's daughter and grandson love pets, so they have several pet animals in their house. Judi Dench has 2 buildings in her property, the main house and the cottage. The main house of Judi's has 4 bedrooms, a master suite with full furnished bathrooms, a chilled living room, and an elegant kitchen to make breakfast every morning. While the cottage has 2 double master beds, 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen, 1 dining, 1 yard, a pond, barns, workshops, and different fruit trees that enhance the beauty. Judi Dench's cars are likely to include a Mercedes Maybach S500, a Rolls-Royce Ghost, a Range Rover Vogue, a Maserati Ghibli Nerissimo.